Hello again to my pre-war type collection videos. This is video number 8 of my collection of pre-war type collection. Again, I'm making videos of all my collection, with each video being a video of my cards per each designation. This video will be number 8 and will show my collection of E cards. Dr. Burkett designated E cards for caramel. So all of these cards came from a caramel issue. Most of my collection is for pre-war is T cards or E cards. So this video is going to be pretty long, but hopefully you'll see a lot of cards you really like. So we're going to start off with 1909 to 1911 E90-1 George McQuillan. And the backs, again, are the very representation of a type collector. This is what it's all about, getting all the different types. Next, 1909 to 1910 E97 C.W. Briggs Lozenge, Mickey Doolin. For these, as a checklist of all the players, and then you'll see down at the very bottom, that's how you know it's a C.W. Briggs Lozenge. Next is a 1909 E102 set of 25 Autonabe. And again on the back, it is a checklist of who's all in the set. I'm going to try to rush through these, so hopefully you'll be able to get a good look at them. You can pause it if you need to on your video. 1909 E92 Naja Caramels, George Stone with a blue background. (1909) E92 Dockman and Sons Gum, Dave Sheehan. Again, on this one, you'll see at the bottom, that's how you recognize John Dockman and Sons. (1909) E95 Philadelphia Caramel. Checklist on the back. See down at the bottom, it says Philadelphia Caramel. This is a 1910. The other one was in 1909. E96 Philadelphia Caramel, Red Murray. Now this checklist is in red, and you can see down at the bottom it's Philadelphia. So that's how you tell the difference between a E95, 1909. I'm sorry. Yeah, 1909, 1910, E95, E96. (1911) E94 George Close Candy, Johnny Bates. That's just a checklist of the other cards. I'm going to switch it up a little bit and go to a 1921 E253 Oxford Confectionery, Lee Meadows. Now this is a really rare set to begin with, but there's two commons. I can't remember the other common, but this is one of the commons. Lee Meadows wasn't one of the major stars back then. But two of the commons in this set are really, really rare, and this is one of them. And on the back it has a checklist, so you can see who all's on there. So 1921 E253 Oxford Confectionery. Pretty rare, those are. 1927 E210 York Caramel Type 1 Bob Shockey. Now, two reasons I got this card. I got it because it's a type card for the E210, but it's also from 1927, and he's a Yankees, and part of the Yankees team that's considered to be the greatest team of all time. So now we're going to move into the E120s, and I'm going to start off with the BVGs. E120, Bob O'Farrell. Now you'll remember in an earlier video, I had a card that looked just like these in the W series. These are 210, and then the backs are a checklist of all the cards in those for those teams in the set. So he was with the Cubs. This is William Doak. Cardinals. And I'm not going to get these switched over to SGC because Jim Tierney, because most of these are one of ones for BVG. These are the only ones graded by BVG. Most of these. Hervey McClellan. And the last BVG is Wilbur Cooper. So now, remaining with the E120s, Carl Mays. Now he's the one that threw the pitch that killed. And the Yankees. There we go. SGC, Les Nunemaker. Indians. Horace Ford, SGC. Fred Cy Williams, and he is one that, in my personal opinion, needs to be in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the greatest fielders back in those days. He is actually the one that is famous. He discovered and invented the shift, studying baseball hitters and seeing where they hit and shifting the outfield to where they'll get them a better chance of flying out. Larry Kopp. These are E120s. Now we're going to go on to E121s. And Hall of Famer Ray Schock. You'll notice starting now, you're going to see a lot of 1919 Black Sox and 1919 Reds. I collected a lot of these. So this is an E120. This is an E21. The backs of the E21s look like so. Eparixi. So he was for the Reds in 1919. And I'll just flash through the backs because they're E121s all have the same back. Now this is Dickie Kerr. He pitched for the Black Sox. So in the World Series, Lefty Williams and Eddie Cicotte and Dickie Kerr were the three starting pitchers. Lefty Williams and Eddie Cicotte were the main pitchers. They didn't think that Dickie Kerr was good enough, so they left him out. They didn't even ask him to be a part of it. And in the end, Dickie Kerr pitched 2 games in the World Series and won them both. Hall of Famer, Rabbit Maranville. Felt really lucky getting this card. Hall of Famer, Harry Hooper. And this is a really rare one. 1917 Collins McCarthy, E135, Bob Room. So Collins and McCarthy is a very rare back. Another example of the tight back. Collins McCarthy. Next is a 1909 E93 Standard Caramel. So go back to those type of caramel cards back then for the E's. It's E93. And there again, it's just a checklist for the backs. Next is a 1915 E145-2 Cracker Jack, Beals Becker. And the back is a write-up and a little bit about the crackers. So Cracker Jacks are really, really popular in the sports card collecting, so we're lucky to get that one. Next is a 1909 E101 set of 50 Hal Chase. Now this one I'm going to show you the back. It is, remember another video I told you I like to collect Joe Bush cards. This is a 1927 E126. E126s are really hard to find. The backs look like a lot like the E120s, the backs do. And the last one is a raw, and it is a 1921 E220 National Caramel. Sherrod Smith. So, you remember on the E121s, those were national caramels. American caramel. These are national caramel. You have American caramel and you have national caramel. So this is what the back looks like on a national caramel. You can see at the bottom. So here's an E121, American Caramel Company, National Caramel Company. Needless to say, these are a lot more rare. And this will be going to SGC soon. So that's my E card for the type collection. I'll be making a couple more videos. Looks like about 3 more videos for tobacco cards for off series, which means not T206 or T05. So I'll be making that video, then a T205, and then a long T206 because I have a bunch of those. So those videos will be coming up soon. Make sure to check the ones that I've already had out. Thank you.